For China, as the world's second biggest economy, the private sector plays a vital and integral role. It accounts for about 60% of the GDP, 70% of technological innovation, and 80% of urban employment. But according to some people,
after a couple of years cracking down on the private sector, to China now, which has revealed a plan to strengthen its control over yet more industries.
Take a look at Shanghai's skyline. It's littered with numerous examples of tall, strong, private companies. But the government-controlled firms, with their party links, they're usually nearby.
Through the lenses of some mainstream Western media, the CPC has long been misrepresented as a monolith that covets the control of private business. But is it true? What is the real relationship between the party and the country's private sector? In 2012, Xi Jinping was elected General Secretary of the CPC Central Committee, and it was on that occasion that the party reaffirmed its efforts to unswervingly encourage, support, and guide the development of the non-public sector. This guiding principle has been followed through during the past decade, during which time private enterprises grew 4 times in number. Today, 9 in 10 business entities in China are privately owned companies. Xi said this March that the private enterprises and entrepreneurs belong to our family. What he referred to was the party's long-standing policy.
So China needs to give private enterprises, both domestic and foreign, but particularly foreign because they're maybe less aware, needs to give them this good sense of continuity in the policies. The policies now stated are very strong and very positive. Chinese leadership has in recent months, re-emphasized strongly that they will have an even-handed approach to state-owned enterprises and private businesses, foreign or domestic, and that policies will be maintained for the future.
In addition to the party's general support, there are also party branches functioning in companies' organizational structure. What role do they play then? First, party branches in private companies help business owners break down the walls of asymmetric information. They have a better grasp of the signals the party gives out, as some of the information might have profound implication to the outlooks of the business. Therefore, these grassroots party organizations help facilitate a fair, transparent relationship between the private sector and the government.
The private sector plays a massive role in China's economy. Now, having party organizations in private enterprises, especially SMEs, improves mutual understanding and coordination. All the more so because SMEs already play a big role, but also because among them are future giants like today's Tencent, Huawei, and Alibaba. Now, more engagement can lead to better policymaking and official support, therefore improving their prospects.
Also, party branches in private enterprises generates what is often known as the soft power. Faced with a higher moral bar, party cadres tend to have more solid work ethics and serve as the vanguard of the group when difficulties emerge. They help formulate a corporate culture that is built on dedication and organization.
China is very well organized. This is the primary instrumental value of the CPC. It's the biggest and arguably most effective political organization in history.
The edge in political organization, however, is not equal to an overall control. Even though the party branches have bonus effects on the enterprises, they are usually not entitled to interfere with the private company's decision-making. When it comes to finance, human resources, and other key elements of business operation, they have no control.
Control is not the right word. Despite the size and ability of the CPC, it's not a monolith that can control everything, nor is this the CPC's objective. In fact, some in the West view these developments as a form of exclusion. In fact, the opposite is true. This is a means for more inclusion.